New skies, new dreams. I'm becoming everything I see. Come fly away. Welcome to See Her World. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the See Her World podcast. I'm C, and if you've ever dreamed of seeing more of the world, or you're just curious about what life looks like beyond your own backyard, you are absolutely in the right place. Every week, we'll talk about travel, living abroad, different cultures, career opportunities around the world, and have honest conversations with travelers, expats, creators, and everyday people whose journeys have taken them somewhere unexpected. So, whether you're listening from home or on your morning commute or somewhere halfway across the world, thank you for being here. Now grab your passport or at least your favorite drink and let's explore the world together. So, today I thought we'd kick things off by talking about who I am, how See Her World started, and why travel has completely changed my life. So, to begin, let's go back to where it all started. So, I am from Cincinnati, Ohio, born and raised, and I actually went to a little elementary school called Academy of World Languages, AWL for short. And the interesting thing about this school is honestly, and it's in its name. um, by it being a world language school, the requirement was that you learn a secondary language from a very, very young age. Most people learn a second language like Spanish or French in high school. However, from the age of, I think, 5, so first grade, I've been learning Japanese. So I studied Japanese from my first through eighth grade years of elementary school. The cool thing with this school is it's not just about the language, you also get immersed in the culture. It's a pretty diverse school. So I had friends from China, France, Russia, um, all over the world. So I was introduced to culture pretty early. And then in my personal and my home life, my family definitely leaned into what it meant to have a community. And the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. And I definitely had a strong and diverse village that I am so grateful for. So the cultural piece and getting a glimpse that the world is so much bigger than Cincinnati, Ohio, was ingrained in me from a very, very young age. And for that, I am grateful. So, outside of the educational piece and having a bit of an untraditional upbringing in being surrounded by diversity, my home life was pretty average. I'm an only child. And we did the typical, family travel, a road trip here, a cruise there, a flight to Florida. It wasn't anything extravagant or extraordinary. I'm still grateful for the experience. However, I feel like the travel bug crept in by observing people like my mentor, Julie Washington. I love her to death. Shout out to you, Julie. Um, she worked in a job that allowed her to travel for work. And when I tell y'all, discovering that you could get paid to travel, that you could be an adult and still have fun. That honestly, it was like the ceiling shattered for me at that point. And I remember telling her, like, hey, that's my goal. I think I'm going to be a flight attendant. And this woman told me, y'all, you will not be serving peanuts. So it was back to the drawing board. Years later, I actually had a friend who traveled for work. He had spent some time living in Japan. And I was like, I want to do with you what you do. How do I do what you do? And he said, this is exactly what I did. He gave me a roadmap. He said that he participated in the Perscalis IT program. It's free, but it does take a lot of commitment and dedication. And he said, if and when you do complete that, I will personally put in a reference for you with my job so that you too can travel for work. And I did exactly that. I struggled through it, but I did it. And I got my first IT certification being the CompTIA A plus certification. And when I tell you, y'all, that opened up so many doors for me. um, so with that, I started traveling for work. I was sent from coast to coast in America, from San Diego. I've been to Florida, Maine, Washington State, Chicago, like all types of places, right? That I typically would probably have never gone to and got paid to do it. That was the goal for me. And what's so funny is once I reached a goal like that, I feel like I just stumble into the next thing. So then came moving abroad. After moving abroad was I want to do 30 countries before 30. And that's kind of where See Her World was birthed. While completing my 30 before 30 travel goal, I documented the journey. I vlogged. Did I post everything? That's still pending, y'all. I've been slow to upload content when it comes to my travels. However, it became a part of who I am. It definitely was an escape at one point. It's been something to bring me peace. It's been something that's been transformative. I've met so many amazing people from so many different walks of life whose stories and interactions have impacted me in ways that will stick with me for the rest of my life. And for that, I am grateful. So that's just a little bit about me, guys. I cannot wait to, share more intimate details of my travel journey and my life and my story with you all as this podcast develops. I plan on having some wonderful guests who have also either lived abroad or traveled or had transformative trips that I want to share and bring forth with you all. And hopefully it gives you all some insight. It also hopefully will show you what's behind the veil, especially like my living experience in some of these countries where it's like, okay, we know what Italy is a tourist is like, but what is it like for an expat? Right? I'll never be a full-blown local, but I'm close enough to it to give a little bit of a different perspective than what's advertised on TikTok and shown on TV. Right. So I do want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this first episode, listening to my introduction, getting to know me a little bit more. And I hope this episode inspired you to get out there, book the trip, or simply see the world a little bit differently. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to follow the podcast, leave a review, and share it with someone who loves travel as much as you do. I'll try to make this a continuous thing on Tuesdays specifically. We'll call it Travel Tuesday. And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember the world is waiting. See Her World. Bye, y'all. New skies, new dreams. I'm becoming everything I see. Come fly away. Welcome to See Her